Donald Trump is moaning yet again that no other NATO countries have helped the USA and Israel in Iran. It's a war of aggression, not of defence, so the complaint has no legitimacy. But let us study on face value Darth Satsuma's complaint that no one has been there for the USA when it got itself into this hole, despite the USA supposedly being there for them in other conflicts. Have the Americans really been consistent in that? Just to be clear, I am not suggesting that the positions of the Western allies in these situations are necessarily justified, merely analysing whether the USA has really been that consistent in its support for them. Now, sure, the USA played a massive role in winning World War II, but it didn't join the fray properly until nearly 3 years into the conflict. 5, if we consider the Sino-Japanese War to be part of World War II, as it started in 1937. The USA only got properly involved after the Japanese had attacked Pearl Harbor. In 1956, during the Suez Crisis, the British and the French wanted to re-secure control of the Suez Canal from the Egyptian government, and so they invaded. Not only did the Americans not support them at all, Dwight Eisenhower went further. He actually ordered the British and the French to withdraw, threatening to get the Federal Reserve to dump large stocks of sterling and francs on the world market, which would trigger a depreciation crisis in Western Europe. And in 1982, when the Falkland Islands were invaded by Argentina, the USA provided some intelligence and logistical help to the British attempts to reclaim the archipelago, but refused to mobilise its forces in support. In other words, essentially what the British are now doing in the invasions of Iran and Lebanon. Ronald Reagan even had secret plans to side with General Galtieri's junta, while Israel went as far as to supply fighter jets and missiles to Argentina. I would say the Americans and the Israelis are getting more help than they could possibly have the right to expect.